Katy Perry isn't just any pop star. She ignited a cultural firestorm with I Kissed a Girl and on the stage with glitter and fireworks. But fast forward to 2025, and her career is facing some serious setbacks, shadowed by controversies and surprising turns. What happened to this once unstoppable pop queen? From singing gospel in a strict religious household to becoming a global pop icon, Katy Perry's journey is full of highs and lows, shocking moments, and unexpected challenges. Today, we dive into the full saga, exploring the rise, the fall, and the unexpected twists that have shaped Katy Perry's life and career. Brace yourself for a story packed with glitter and drama, triumphs and regrets, because this is the unfiltered story of a pop princess trying to find her way in an ever-changing world. Early life and rise to fame. Born Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, raised in Southern California by two born-again Christian ministers, Katy Perry's early life was steeped in strict religious values, so much so that secular music was off-limits. No Britney, no Backstreet Boys, only Jesus jams. But even in this rigid environment, Katy's incredible vocal talent shone through. By the age of 9, she was already singing in church, with her parents supporting her passion by getting her vocal lessons, and eventually guitar lessons by 13. Despite the limitations at home, Katy was determined to pursue music. After high school, she moved to Nashville, the heart of country music, aiming to make it big. She signed with a Christian music label and released a self-titled album under her real name, Katy Hudson, but it sold a mere 200 copies. The label went bankrupt, marking a difficult start to her career. Not one to give up, Katy left the Christian music scene behind and relocated to Los Angeles to chase pop stardom. Her early years in LA were chaotic, signed and dropped by not one, but two record labels, Def Jam and Columbia Records. In 2006, she started dating Travie McCoy from the band Gym Class Heroes, even appearing in their music video, Cupid's Chokehold. Around this time, she began to find her footing in the music industry. Then in 2007, she dropped an EP titled You're So Gay. However, despite its catchiness, the song was problematic and would later cause her public relations headaches. But it was 2008 that marked Katy Perry's breakthrough, with the release of her studio album, One of the Boys, and the hit single, I Kissed a Girl. With provocative lyrics and catchy melodies, the song shocked middle America while energizing club crowds, officially marking Katy's transformation from church girl to pop rebel. The double-edged success of I Kissed a Girl. I Kissed a Girl catapulted Katy to stardom but also stirred controversy for its portrayal of bisexuality, with critics calling it a party trick that centered male perspectives. While some embraced it as a bold cultural statement, others saw it as a shallow marketing move. Katy herself later admitted she'd rewrite the song today, hinting at her growth and the complex legacy of that song. The track dropped in 2008, a time when visibility with gay rights was gaining serious traction, so some felt Katy was hopping on a trend, not waving a pride flag with purpose. The song's catchy beat and rebellious lyrics had middle-class America clutching their pearls while the rest exploded with excitement in clubs everywhere. But critics quickly clocked lines like, "You're my experimental game," pointing out that bisexuality was reduced to a science fair project, and centering the male gaze with, "I hope my boyfriend doesn't mind it." Some saw it as fun and flirty, a step towards queer visibility. Others felt it diminished bisexuality to a fleeting party trick, something to try between tequila shots. This dual reception highlights how pop music often treads a thin line between empowerment and exploitation. Despite the backlash, the song launched Katy into full-blown pop stardom, but it also left a lasting question. Did the song genuinely aim to support the LGBTQ+ community, or was it mainly riding the rainbow wave for clicks and clout? Over the years, Katy has shown growth, acknowledging she'd approach the song differently now. But the impact and controversy surrounding I Kissed a Girl remain a defining moment in her career, one that kissed a nerve and reshaped pop culture forever. Peak career and marriage to Russell Brand. Katy's 2010 album, Teenage Dream, was a powerhouse with 5 #1 singles, solidifying her as pop royalty. California Girls, Firework, E.T., Last Friday Night, and Teenage Dream, each track a staple of 2010s pop culture, cemented her as a defining voice of a generation. At this peak, she was everywhere: award shows, commercials, sold-out tours, and the girl next door wrapped in a bubblegum pop package with a blue wig and endless glitter. But behind the scenes, Katy's personal life was ready for its own dramatic chapter. Enter British comic Russell Brand, whose wild, eccentric persona contrasted sharply with Katy's candy-coated image. They met in 2009 at the MTV VMAs, where sparks flew instantly, a mix of fireworks and questionable choices. By the end of that year, they were engaged, a whirlwind romance that seemed straight out of a romantic comedy, but with all the chaos building up. Their lavish wedding in India, complete with elephants and spiritual gurus, looked exotic and surreal, signaling a major life shift for Katy. However, the fairy tale quickly unraveled. Their marriage was marked by serious clashes, career differences, lifestyle conflicts, and spiritual divides. Russell was deep in his spiritual awakening, quoting philosophers and growing his famously unruly beard, while Katy continued shooting candy-coated, high-energy music videos. These mismatched paths led to frequent fights, not the toothpaste variety, but the bigger, life-altering kind. After just over a year, Russell abruptly ended the marriage via text, a shocking and painfully public breakup. In her documentary, Part of Me, Katy is seen breaking down backstage, moments before performing, revealing the raw emotional toll. This split not only shattered her heart, but also signaled a turning point in her career and public perception. The union with Russell Brand, once a symbol of her glamorous pop queen status, became a cautionary tale of fame, love, and the cost of navigating both. And many insiders believe this marriage played a significant role in Katy's eventual career decline, setting the stage for the struggles she would face in the years to come. Prism, reinvention, and try-hard era. Katy tried reinventing herself with 2013's Prism, showcasing vulnerability and empowerment anthems like Roar. Gone were the candy-colored aesthetics and the bubblegum beats. And in came a spiritual symbolism, the empowerment anthems and Roar. You were coming out of the divorce before you started writing this. I remember when you were here last, you were talking about that you were going away to write this, and it is deeply personal. I think that this record is a lot more vulnerable. It shows them another side of me, another layer of me and my mind and all the different things I've been through, and the positivity, the route of positivity that I decided to take instead of making kind of a dark negative record, which is the kind of record I thought I was going to make when I first sat down to write this record. It's like if your favorite party friend suddenly got into yoga and crystals, and Prism did well commercially thanks to Katy still riding that teenage dream high, but there was a vibe shift. The songs were still poppy, but they lacked the innocent mischief of her earlier work. Now enter her first professional career flop, at least as a mega superstar, and enter the era of Try Hard Perry. Because in 2017, it was not pretty. Enter Witness, the album that was supposed to be her grand return. She's grown up. She's woke. She's Miss I Read Twitter now. It was a complete reinvention. Except it was a reinvention that no one really wanted. Her fans had signed up for glittery escapism, not deep thoughts on political turmoil that was sandwiched between beats. And let's be honest, Katy trying to go full purposeful pop is like watching a clown cry. It's wrong and it's unsettling. So, let's just break down this tragic makeover. Let's just start with the sound. Witness was Katy's attempt at musical enlightenment. Witness. I love what I've heard so far on the record. I've heard a bon appetit. I heard change of the rhythm, except instead of a spiritual awakening, we got the song Swiss Swiss, which was a diss track that sounded like it was written during a soul cycle class. She called it purposeful pop, and we call it pop confusion with a side of identity crisis. Think about it. You're supposed to have purposeful pop. And the song is rumored to have been a response clapback to Taylor Swift's Bad Blood. Then how is that spiritual enlightenment again? And then we got to go for the look. Okay, it was new hair, new vibes, new everything. She chopped off the wig. But gone was the candy-colored queen. In her place stood a bleach blonde rebirth that screamed, I want to be taken seriously. It just seemed like a completely different person, a different artist. And then the vibe, this was like peak political Katy. She was Hillary Clinton's wingwoman during the 2016 election. And is it admirable for her to do personally? Sure, absolutely. But career-wise, I don't care what side you're on. It's never a good idea for a celebrity to go politics. Just don't do it. But I do have an open mind, and I have a voice. I love Hillary too. I have a couple of saved messages on my phone from HRC. We need champions like Katy now more than ever. American Idol and public backlash. As a judge on American Idol, Katy initially charmed audiences, but soon faced backlash for incidents like an unwanted kiss on a contestant and harsh comments that led to mom-shaming controversies. Fans began questioning her authenticity, comparing her less favorably even to Simon Cowell. Her tenure on the show became more meme material than career boost, highlighting her struggle with public perception. In 2018, Katy kissed 19-year-old contestant Benjamin Blay after he mentioned he'd never been kissed. However, he later admitted he didn't want to kiss and hoped to save his first kiss for someone special. This sparked conversations about consent and double standards, as many wondered how a male judge would have been treated in a similar situation. Despite the controversy, Katy breezed past it with no real apology, fueling criticism about the double standard in the industry. In 2023, Katy faced more backlash with a mom-shaming moment on the show when she questioned a contestant, Sarah, a mother of 3, about her commitment to the competition. This sparked a social media firestorm, with fans accusing Katy of lacking remorse and support for women. The incident marked the start of what some call Katy's accidental or intentional villain arc. Once seen as playful and fun, her image shifted to someone who could be harsh and unsympathetic. The audience started calling her out frequently by the end of her tenure, as the accumulation of negative antics overshadowed her quirky and lively persona. This period showed the thin line between being a sassy, entertaining judge and becoming an overly harsh critic. Ultimately, her time on American Idol, which was supposed to be a relatable comeback moment, turned into a cautionary tale and a long-haul meme generator, exposing the difficulties even established stars face when trying to reinvent themselves in the public eye. Controversial reunions and the 143 album. In 2023, Katy Perry, queen of fireworks and bubblegum pop, decided to reunite with her old producer pal, Dr. Luke, for her comeback album, 143. This decision ignited a firestorm of controversy, given Dr. Luke's troubled past. When asked to explain herself during a recent sit-down interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Katy basically said, "Look, I'm the mastermind here. These songs are my metamorphosis, and that Dr. Luke was just one of many workers helping her bloom." Or, in other words, just one of the many producers and writers who contributed. This response was a clear message to stop discussing the issue, but fans weren't so easily convinced. The timing was poor, the optics worse, especially since Katy was singing a girl power anthem on the album. The lyrics were far from Shakespearean, and critics noted that the album landed with the grace of a donkey. It somehow pulled off the rare feat of trying to seduce the male Blades while also mocking them. It was like trying to wink and roll your eyes at the same time. Was she fighting or flirting? This wasn't a triumphant comeback, but a cautionary tale. Many questioned whether a pop star can truly evolve without owning where they went wrong first. Can a reinvention be genuine if it's built on silence and safe PR lines? Katy said she wants to feel the pulse of her own beat again, which is cool, but maybe she should first stop outsourcing her rhythm to the most problematic beatmaker in the business. The door to a true comeback is never locked, but it requires ditching old playbooks and brand consultations, and most importantly, getting uncomfortable. And that's a lesson Katy seems to be learning the hard way. Space trip and public spectacle. In a bid to regain attention, Katy took an 11-minute joyride to space with Blue Origin in 2025, intending to create a cosmic spectacle. Instead, it turned into a punchline, undermining genuine female empowerment with cringy moments and internet backlash. She regrets the spectacle, acknowledging it was a costly PR move during tough economic times, but it's unclear if it helped or hurt her legacy. The mission was supposed to be an ode to her daughter, complete with a dramatic kiss to the ground like she just survived an asteroid impact. However, the internet and celebrities alike weren't impressed, quickly turning the event into a topic of ridicule. Instead of inspiring millions, the mission became more about breaking the internet's last nerve than breaking any glass ceilings. Even Kesha joined the chorus of critics, taking a jab at Katy for backing her controversial producer, Dr. Luke, further fueling the backlash. Katy's flamboyant display of holding a flower in space, symbolizing love and empowerment, fell flat against the wave of criticism. The internet exploded with mockery, with many questioning the authenticity and intention behind such a grand gesture. Was it a genuine moment of artistic expression or a calculated PR stunt? Although Katy claims she doesn't regret the space trip itself, she admits regretting how it turned into a spectacle. This event perfectly encapsulates the challenges of maintaining relevance in today's fast-paced pop culture climate, where every move is scrutinized and magnified. Katy's space trip may have failed to boost her career, but it certainly reminded the world that in the era of social media, spectacle often overshadows substance. Current standing and reflection. Despite her setbacks, Katy Perry remains a figure who keeps the internet buzzing with drama, memes, and divisive moments. The question remains, has she truly lost her authentic self to the relentless performance of fame? As she seeks to feel the pulse of her own beat once more, only time will tell if the pop star can reinvent herself beyond the spotlight's noise. Katy Perry's journey from pop queen to cultural enigma is a complex tale of sensational highs and sobering lows. In a world that demands constant reinvention, the real challenge might be in owning every chapter, the good and the bad, beyond just the performance. So, is this the fall of a pop icon, or the start of a new beat only she can create? The story isn't over yet. Katy Perry's journey is a fascinating case study of fame, reinvention, and the harsh realities of the pop world. From her explosive debut with I Kissed a Girl to the glittering highs of Teenage Dream, she captured hearts worldwide. But success in the spotlight is never a straight path. Her personal struggles, controversial choices, and public missteps have all played a role in shaping her current image. What stands out is the tension between performance and authenticity. Katy seems caught between the desire to evolve and the challenge of staying true to the persona that made her famous. This push and pull has led to moments that feel genuine and others that feel performative. The space trip with Blue Origin is a perfect example of this duality, a bold move that quickly became a source of mockery rather than inspiration. Yet, even amid these challenges, Katy continues to command attention, proving that in today's entertainment world, controversy and conversation can keep a star relevant. The real question now is whether Katy can harness these experiences to fuel a comeback that feels authentic and resonant. Can she stop merely performing for the applause and start creating from a place of genuine expression? Her story reminds us that reinvention is complex and that owning one's past, the successes and the stumbles, is crucial for true growth. As fans and observers, we are left to wonder, is this the fall of a pop icon, or is it simply the evolution of an artist finding her next beat? Whatever the case, Katy Perry's saga is far from over, and her next moves will be closely watched by a world eager to see what she does next.